The Book of Deuteronomy explained the final message of Moses. Before Israel entered the Promised Land, one final message had to be delivered. A message about faith. A message about obedience. A message about choosing life over death. Welcome to this complete overview of the Book of Deuteronomy, the fifth book of the Bible and the powerful conclusion of the Torah. If you've ever wondered why Deuteronomy is so important, or why Jesus himself quoted it more than almost any other Old Testament book, stay with us until the end. What Moses says here still speaks directly to our lives today. After 40 years of wandering in the wilderness, the generation that left Egypt had passed away. A new generation stood on the edge of the Promised Land. Moses, now nearing the end of his life, gathers the people together. He will not enter the land with them. These are his final words. His final warnings. His final blessings. His final plea. The name Deuteronomy means second law. Not because God created a new law, but because Moses restated and explained God's covenant to a new generation. The book begins with Moses looking back. He reminds Israel of their history. Again and again, God had been faithful. Again and again, the people had rebelled. Yet despite their failures, God never abandoned his promises. The wilderness journey became proof of two powerful truths. God is just. And God is merciful. Moses wants this new generation to learn from the mistakes of their parents. Then comes one of the most important passages in the entire Bible. The Shema. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength. This was not merely a prayer. It was a way of life. The Hebrew word for here means more than listening. It means obeying, responding, living out what God has said. And biblical love is more than emotion. It is wholehearted devotion. God wanted his people to love him with every part of their being. Their minds, their hearts, their choices, their actions. Israel was called to be different from every nation around them. Not because they were better, but because they belonged to God. Their obedience would reveal God's wisdom to the world. Their justice would display God's character. Their worship would point others toward the true Creator. At the center of Deuteronomy is a collection of covenant laws. These laws governed worship, leadership, family life, business practices, justice, and care for the vulnerable. Widows, orphans, foreigners, the poor. In a world filled with oppression and corruption, God called his people to live differently. He commanded generosity, honesty, integrity, compassion. These laws reveal God's heart for justice. Many modern readers struggle with some of these commands because they are separated from their ancient context. But when compared to the surrounding cultures of the ancient world, these laws often represented a revolutionary step toward fairness, dignity, and protection for human life. Throughout the book, Moses repeatedly emphasizes one truth. Obedience brings blessing. Rebellion brings destruction. The choice belongs to the people. As Moses approaches the end of his message, he presents a powerful challenge. I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Now choose life. What an incredible invitation! Choose life. Choose obedience. Choose faithfulness. Choose God. Yet Moses also knows the reality of the human heart. He predicts that Israel will eventually turn away. They will break the covenant. They will experience exile. But even then, God's story will not be finished. In one of the most remarkable promises in the Old Testament, Moses says that one day God will circumcise their hearts. A powerful metaphor. Because humanity's deepest problem has never been external. It is internal. The human heart is broken by sin. People know what is right, yet continually choose what is wrong. But God promises a future transformation. A day when He will change hearts from the inside out. This promise becomes the foundation for the later prophecies of Jeremiah and Ezekiel. A new heart. A new covenant. A new relationship with God. Ultimately, this promise points forward to Jesus Christ, the one who would accomplish what humanity never could, the one who would bring forgiveness, the one who would transform hearts, the one who would make a way for people to truly love and obey God. The Book of Deuteronomy ends with Moses blessing the people. Then he climbs a mountain. He looks upon the promised land. And he dies. The great leader who delivered Israel from Egypt leaves the story. But God's promises remain. The questions are still waiting to be answered. How will God defeat evil? How will he bless all nations? How will he deal with humanity's rebellion? How will he transform human hearts? The rest of the Bible unfolds the answers. And it all begins here. Deuteronomy is not simply an ancient book of laws. It is a call to wholehearted devotion. A call to trust God. A call to choose life. And that same call echoes today. Will we listen? Will we obey? Will we love the Lord our God with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength? Thank you for watching. If this overview helped you understand the Book of Deuteronomy, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who wants to grow deeper in God's Word. And remember, the God who called Israel to choose life still calls us today. Choose faith. Choose obedience. Choose Christ. And choose life. God bless you.